OP wonders if they're the asshole for starting a house project without discussing it with their wife. Posted by you/spareroom-throwaway. My wife Amy, female, 27 years old, and I, male, 27 years old, have a spare room in our home. We've gone back and forth since we moved in 2 years ago about what we wanted to do with it, but we never took the initiative to implement any of those plans. We already have a sufficient number of guest rooms and an office, so the room just sits there unutilized. I wasn't too worried about it, but Amy would bring it up now and then. These mentions were about the unused room itself, not any concrete ideas for it. I made a new friend, Ben, male, 30 years old, about 8 months ago, and it was very much one of those we connected from the first time we spoke situations. I've never had that many close male friends, so this connection was especially important to me. The conversation flowed so easily. We had loads in common. I didn't think such a huge amount of genuine love and respect for a person could be developed in less than a year, but it's been very cool to experience that and get to know him. One of the things we bonded over was a shared love for art and music. Ben is way more talented than I am at painting, but it's something we both enjoy. His birthday is coming up soon, and I thought, on top of what else I was getting him, I could turn the spare room into something like an art studio for us both to use. I had already ordered a few things for it, and was getting ready to paint the walls when Amy came in and demanded to know what I was doing. I explained I was finally fixing up the spare room. She update. Ben and I sat down and talked on Tuesday night about everything. It was overwhelming, to say the least. He was gentle and sweet, as always, and gave me the time and space to say everything I needed to. That night was one of the most beautiful of my life. Acceptance, love, and trust are truly powerful, life-changing. Amy and I had a conversation about the spare room last night. I had been putting it off and was hoping to wait until the weekend to talk about it, but she insisted. I did what many commenters suggested and used the renovation as a lead-in to talk about other things. I told her that her reaction brought up a lot of confusing emotions I'd been processing. Things continued from there. I had thought about couples therapy and she suggested it, but I don't think it's a viable option. I love her, but I've realized that I was never in love with her the way I once thought. And after truly experiencing what that feels like with someone else, it wouldn't be fair to either of us to force something I can't give. I'll be splitting my time, staying in a guest room at her house, and sometimes at Ben's apartment while we separate and work things out. Obviously, the renovations are paused. I'm really excited for the future. Commented by you/HoosierSky. You should add that OOP bought Ben a $3,400 pair of Gucci shoes for his birthday, while his wife got a $230 Kate Spade bag. Commented by you/Have a Seat Chris Hansen. All the original comments were like, "You're emotionally cheating with Ben." OOP kept deflecting, saying he couldn't live without Ben but didn't want to talk about his sexuality.